Yeah, Smart Wargames here. Welcome back for smart, cheap controller video reviews. Yeah, let's play some Mario Kart V. Normally, I wanted to check out my knockoff cheap though GameCube controller, but the delivery service screwed up now twice, so I can't get my hands on it. However, what I wanted to test out is what we recently tested the entire setup here of the Wiimote Motion Plus with the Nunchuk in those few games that support the entire package. On the pole position, likely Wii Sports that I saw, and it was really a fun experience. So a bit of lost technology with this infrared and motion controls. Too bad that we don't have such games anymore that much. I mean, they developed controllers for the the DualSense has a 6-axis gyro. Some third-party Switch controllers now have some super lavish 9-axis gyros or also other controllers. It's of course also because you can use it for PC or for FPS aiming. Some people use that even in Call of Duty for precise controls, where you just move a bit the controller and by holding a down or button or something, and it corrects your aim. But what we want to check out today is here, playing with that controller basically as some sort of retro controller. I like the form factor of it. It's not too slim. I don't like those mini controllers, they are too small for me. So yeah, this here basically has a D-pad if you look at the front side, and I recommend if you can get one of those most modern ones. They with motion plus inside slimmed down to the original Wiimote size. I remember many years ago was one of my first ventures into emulators. I got this Zelda game which shipped with a full controller, but it came with this controller and a huge add-on. Having put into a shell, it was heavy. So, 2012 or something. Yeah, at the end of the life cycle, they introduced this slimmed down controller here, which is also lightweight even with the batteries. Basically, some sort you can use it as a NES controller. D-pad is small, of course. You have two action buttons. That A button, it is beside the D-pad. Might give you some usability, but if you require to have your finger on the D-pad like when we play Mario Kart, it's of course always a interruption, if you need to switch over to the A button. My perhaps also doing control inputs, so firing a weapon or doing jumps with that button. Probably not that. It's more something like, I don't know, if you want to open a menu while relaxing on the screen. On the rear you have the trigger button here, which is, if you hold it horizontal, like on the picture here, like an NES controller, it is rather, can use it. It's a bit of practice also by operating the D-pad, but it's definitely not comfy. So effective, you're basically down to an NES pad. Plus minus buttons, you will have rather trouble to access them. It requires a lot of shifting over time. The trigger can also be pressed in, but again, it's uncomfy, at least for my hands, if you have some micro hands perhaps. It also interrupts my D-pad inputs. So, without even investing too much time, if you want to roll that, without a nunchuck. I was never a fan of this nunchuck setup. But yeah, I get it, because motion controls and you want, like in Zelda, use a sword or shield. Nunchuck was usually your sword, because it had not those fancy tracking devices. It had, I think, that's simply a shaker detector or something. which you use for your sword, and yeah, you use, I think, the motion plus for your shield. Oh no, perhaps it was the opposite. Yeah, exactly the opposite. Makes more sense, probably. Yeah, exactly. I would redo some fancy moves with your motion plus when it came to the sword, which we saw. Yeah, I really enjoyed play, and we will play more of V Sports that I saw, which is basically the game that shows the entire. Unfortunately, there's not really many V games, and with the Wii U, they dropped even a lot of the motion support, which I can understand. I mean, in most games, I also didn't really enjoy it too much in Skyward Sword. All this motion stuff. It's rather really specific to those somewhat casual games. I mean, golf or something. I mean, casual. I think they also pulled it off pretty good in those PGA games, which are a bit more serious. Yeah, and pairing to PC is of course also a bit tricky because you require that password. But yeah, there are some solutions on the internet. You can pair it as a Bluetooth controller, but Bluetooth protocol is quite limited. I don't know how much, especially its infrared functionality, is not supported by almost any game. There is a lot of fancy emulators and what you can turn your Wiimote into a mouse or something, and this and that. But the question is, you need games that are really designed for the setup, and there's not really many except for the Wii. Especially for the Wii Motion Plus, there's even less. So yeah, as a universal PC retro controller, it's cool to have it, and we will play it now Mario Kart. I hope it will work fine, and we don't need to shake around the controller because I have some memory of having to shake around that thing in order to go into a drift, which I really did like. Also, I remember using that wheel add-on, which was completely crap. It was a wheel add-on, and you used motion controls. I don't know exactly how they did that because the original Wiimote, Mario Kart V is not a Wii Motion Plus game. Yeah? Mario Kart V is one of the early games using mostly original Wiimote technology, which didn't include, from what as far as I know, not a true gyroscope. Yeah? Which you can feel with some Wii Motion Plus, something like controlling it while wiggling your controller around is way more precise than in a regular Wiimote. I think that's, I remember we bought those wheels for fun, but everybody switched to the D-pad immediately because it was not fun to play with that wheel. Yeah, about the connection here, exactly, there's always a bit of a nuisance. You hit that button, I can't do it with a finger. Ah, damn it, I put my screws away. But can I? Oh, no. Alright. Yeah. Okay, I need to quickly find something here. Something. Cable. I used a screw which I had lying around here, and now I put the screw away. This is a bit annoying, it's not really a big deal, but basically it's required to pair it always here with the Dolphin emulator. Come on, something must be lying around here. Perhaps I need to plug out my microphone. 3.5 jack. Can you hear me again? Yeah, check. Jimmy? I have AC running in the background. And then you're here. Do we need continuous scanning? It's a bit strange menu-wise. Sync. Oh, too late. Do we need a sensor bar? Is that a thing? I wonder, yeah. We need a sensor bar. Because currently I have not the sensor bar attached, because I was thinking, yeah, but we will need it, yeah, of course, yeah, for the navigation in the menu. Yep. I think that is a problem. Is the sensor bar required? At least for this native connection. Okay, good to know. Cable is... That was also an original Wiimote. That cable is super fragile. It's the slimmest cable I've ever seen. But ultra long. I think there's also wireless solutions. But yeah, that stuff costs then triple, quadruple. Regular sensor bars go for $7 or something, $7, €7. I think there's wireless solutions, but that is then 20 plus, and let's try again. But now, not sure what the problem was. Seems I had to press reset and then sync, for whatever reason. I so far only used it with Dolphin. So you see, we already wasted here a bit of time, but at least there is native support once that is connected. Unfortunately, I don't know if there's settings to save that, so that if you turn it on and you're in Dolphin, that immediately says, okay, we know each other. I think that is how it works on original V. Once those guys are paired, normally you put on the console and or the mode, and they find each other like regular wireless or Bluetooth devices. Not sure why here is always required, but at least they got it. So yeah, if you have suddenly trouble, yeah, then first hit the reset function. But it's somehow hidden here. refresh button did nothing for me. Continuous scanning is putting that grayed out, which is also strange. Didn't work for me. I mean, I understand that it's basically then doing, but what exactly is it doing then on repeat? Syncing, I guess. So yeah, it seems like the solution was now reset and then sync. Okay, we are connected. And yeah. Space on market. I'm not using the sleeve. The tank sleeve. That's why I mean, without all this stuff, yeah, I mean the sleeve is cool, but it's also super bulky. What is the hotkey for full screen? What is the hotkey?
Come on. Oh yeah. Hey. Hey.
What? Alt, return. Okay.
Yeah.
So means it is either Alt Enter.
Here I go.
Ah, wait.
Mario Kart.
Doesn't work. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I want to see intro. So we start, I want to see intro. I finally got a hotkey for full screen. This my keyboard is whacked. Need to replace it. There's some shortening. The button is not working. Alt Enter is it was set up as a regular. Either it is Alt Enter or F11. That is the international United Nations defined standard keys for toggle full screen. Alt Enter F11. So. It's interesting that they had little problems with the Japanese. Wait 1 second. I think that I watched it on the Wii. On the Japanese market, the Wii was released rather with little safety stuff, like those controller covers, those which are extremely bulky, but that's for a reason. Because if you propel one of those things towards your family, towards your kids, I mean, there's of course all those meme videos, the internet from the old ages of the internet, where kids getting hit by their dads or moms. Yeah, that's so funny. Because they can't keep the controller firm, or people destroying their own TVs. Seems like that was not really a problem on the Japanese market, but I think it was in the US beta test or whatever, and then Nintendo desperately had to add all this shit, and they really had to spend a ton of money on that. To add all those safety measures, safety screens, safety covers for those controllers. Because on the Japanese market, it seems they didn't have problems. The Japanese didn't try to kill each other with the Wiimote. It seems on the American market, and it was a different story, so they had to quickly. I don't know if perhaps I memorized it wrong, but because I watched some documentary many years ago, which was quite interesting. How they basically shoehorned that all those safety measures just before the release, because I guess they had some sort of, what do you call it, soft launch or beta launch with some American audience in order to see if there's some problems on that market. There was, yeah. The Americans. Das Game doesn't use even though sonst aber. Can I delete those profiles? Yeah, here I can. Joe Biden. Joe Jimmy Biden. Can I delete those? Or do I need to go into the V menu? Okay. Shit, I need to rename him. Joe. Joe. Yeah, wait, let me do it. No, you want to see gameplay, but I always take my time. Let's quickly hit the menu. I see on save on it. I think you need to manage it in Dolphin. Ja, let's new good. What do I have here? On. Steve Rambo, save game. Yeah, I have this folder since... I even moved the folder from my old PC. Need for Speed Nitro? Can't remember playing it on a Wii. Is Nitro a Wii specific release? Could be. Yeah, no, I remember something now. Man, what is this for a CIA background noise? I always feel so cozy when listening to that. I'm relaxing. Yes. Vote Joe. Vote Joe, I get it, yeah. Vote Joe. Ah, yeah, Vote Joe. Yeah, buy more products. Nintendo is a great company. Go on Reddit and defend Nintendo. Yes, $90, $100 per game. That's absolutely fun. Yeah. Yes. So let us hear some Call of Duty Black Ops cognitive manipulation music. That's what they use in Guantanamo Bay, man, in order to extract some really crazy information out of you. Should they apply 24 hours to you the V system menu? I've seen body baggers, yeah. You can cut their limbs off their fitness. They will not better eye. Should be 24 hours V system menu and this invasive sounds, and you will tell them even stuff you don't know. So you need to make some here funny video, man, with Jack Bauer doing here some interrogation with the V system menu in the background. Okay. Nice. Joe! Yeah, he looks like one-to-one. I would never delete Joe.
Mario, yeah!
Why include Baby Mario, man? There's so many characters. Who the fuck is racing Baby Mario, man? Not a small kids. So.
Mario time! Okie dokie!
Hey, no, we are not going for this. Motion controls? Nah, you can't tell me that this. Yeah, I think you can switch that. Yeah, we are now on Wii controls. I mean, they're not bad. Let me quickly check that out. But it's bad as I. Yeah, but it's. Oh. How are they doing that? So there must be some gyroscope in the controller. Yeah, but it's. Super float. Yeah, I remember that. Also, it's better on the Wii Motion Plus, but I don't think so. So they must have some sort of gyroscope inside. As an my Kart V is for the regular You can feel that also the motion plus is like in a Wii Sport Resort is way more precise. Ah, here settings. How do I use the D-pad? Can't use the D-pad? I don't know. Yeah, I think I remember something that was... I see you can't use D-pad. You are really forced to use motion controls or what? What was this automatic setting?
Mario, yeah! Let's go!
You have to use some motion controls here. Is it really true? Use item is on the keypad. What? Ah, crazy, okay. Yeah, that's how you sell nunchucks. I think I barely remember that was quite a hiccup. Many years ago when we had that in the family, nobody loved those motion controls. It was super annoying. Even with those wheels, doesn't make it better. Super floaty. I mean, you can get used to it, but there was simply motion controls that nobody liked. At least we didn't like. But I can't remember. I think you couldn't switch that game to D-pad, right? What if I attach the Nunchuk? I think that should fix it. Okay, but we will get back into the... Wait. Yeah, actually, wait. Some switch? Wait. Select dafür.
Oh yeah! Okie dokie!
There's no I think I barely remember something like that, where we were all rather a bit confused that you couldn't switch to. Nintendo, man. Yeah, that's how you sell those nunchucks. Yeah.
Mario time.
Wait, do we need a sensor bar? Yeah, keep it now. Oh, it's disconnected now. Still works. I don't think the sensor bar was required for the connection.
Here we go.
Yep, that's how you sell those nunchucks. I remember. Yeah, I think we acquired one nunchuck, but 2 or 3 Wiimotes for the family. And we were thinking, yeah, okay, perhaps those motion controls are good. Otherwise, you can switch to the D-pad. Nope. It seems like, I don't know, perhaps there is a way. But I have, I think, a very faint memories of being rather confused about that. Seems like Nintendo indeed enforced, if you only had the emote, they reinforced you to use those motion controls. Or buy a nunchuck, yeah? Buy a nunchuck. In later games like Super Mario Brothers, you could use a D-pad. But that was rather strange on Mario Kart V. If somebody knows more detail, let me know, but normally you would expect that you can use a D-pad. But I didn't find any option. But I can now predict that with a nunchuck it will work. Yeah. They even put now the sensor bar away. Yeah, of course it will. Yeah. They re-disabled it. You can play, especially with automatic drifting. You have speed, you have 4 action buttons. One you need for accelerate, one for brake, which can be handled by 1 and 2. And item firing you can put on the Z button or even button. It's even one button over on the They made sure that you will get the nunchuck. It's a complete waste of the Wiimote. What you're doing on a Wiimote is holding A. Everything else you're doing on a nunchuck. It's B. What B is? B is brake. Okay, wow, yeah, because you are so often braking by a card, yeah. Yeah, Nintendo. I really like the stick, very precise. Nunchuck has quite an interesting stick. Yeah, give it to me. Not good. Weird. nice to have those classic tracks. SNES style. Was it also on the N64 like that? Yeah, come on, let's finish that. But yeah, it feels completely overblown, this Nunchuk setup. The Wiimote is demoted to... You could play the game with a Nunchuk alone, yeah. Oh, true. Yeah, I mean, on manual mode, pretty sure you can also drift with the Z button of the Wiimote. So yeah, but pretty sure Nintendo did that to sell nunchucks, man. Ja, why is the UI so sharp? That was here with current and yeah, Wiimote with a Nunchuk. Yeah, I don't really like it that much. Not the biggest fan of this setup. But it also has support. My Kart V looks fine. Was already a big fan of that GameCube one, which was simply overloaded with stuff. 2 item boxes, 2 drivers, too much stuff happening. It seems like it was not only me that had this feeling, so with my Kart Vida returned more to the classic experience. And yeah, it has GameCube controller support, so we will play it with that thing if I can finally lay my hands on it. Yeah. So I couldn't really test it, but I mean, you get it. Yeah, it's basically a NES, but NES equivalent, 2 action buttons, everything else a bit good to use, and also setting it up, connecting it, Bluetooth, you need this strange code. Also here in Dolphin, and it's Dolphin specific. If you connect it here, I'm not sure what it's transmitting to other games then. It would be interesting to test out, right? And back in the days, you could simply go Google Chrome private immediately. Now you need to log into your account, so they can track your private activity. Cheers. Just for your convenience. Systems would believe. They removed that, yeah. Back in the day, there was simply incognito mode. Now you first need to log in into one of your accounts, which is also annoying to stream. Then you can activate incognito. You exactly know why they did that, yeah. Oh, stung people. No, I don't think it is. There is really some here specific protocol that is by Dolphin. Again, but you can connect the controller via generic Bluetooth. But don't expect all that functionality, especially infrared and whatever. I think that is not covered by the Bluetooth protocol. Oh, perhaps it is. I mean, there's infrared pointers for presentations, yeah. True. Now wait. And most of them are using a real pointer. I'm not sure. But yeah, Bluetooth protocol is a bit limited. Comes to stuff, that's why you need to use, if you want full DualSense functionality, you need to use a dongle of repurposed Raspberry Pi. I would imagine it's similar to the Wiimote, that you will have perhaps functionality but limited. So if you have it, I'm pretty sure you can use it as an NES controller with 3 action buttons. That rear one can also be used with a bit of training. Too bad that you can't play Nintendo Mario Kart Wii with just that thing, but yeah, Nintendo of course also needs to sell. Those poor fellas need to make money. But I think I remember that was also puzzling us. Received it, that you were really forced to use those rather crappy controls. Okay, yeah, that's it. Be right back with some Wipeout.